Hello fight fans, Mr. Rickster here with another talk video from outside the corner of fans' perspective. Anthony Joshua gets a 7th round knockout against Robert Helenius at the O2 Arena last night. It was a good card, it was good to see so many heavyweights. Now regarding Joshua, there was a few boos in the crowd. I'm not sure whether it was for Joshua or Helenius, but I think it was aimed at Joshua a bit because I think they all expected him to just blast Robert Helenius out within 3 or 4 rounds, like obviously Deontay Wilder did it in one, but I mean that don't mean anything at the end of the day, but I think it was a bit unfair to boo. At the end of the day, Joshua's not the same fighter obviously as he used to be. He's a bit, people saying he's gun shy, but I think he's just more of a complete fighter now. A lot of people are saying, he's scared what's coming back, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's a case. He sees boxing now as a game of chess. He's even said it himself. It's a game of chess, and he's just working your opponent out and then trying to make your moves. And sometimes your moves don't come off as quick as you'd like them to. Sometimes it just takes time, but eventually you sort of catch up to them. And I think that's what happened with Joshua against Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius is a good boxer. He was making it difficult at times. He's a tall fighter. He's got like a long jab, a long reach. So it was difficult for Joshua to try and step in and land the right hand. But, he caught up with him in the 7th. And I think it was a case of because Robert Helenius was slowing down, his footwork wasn't so fast, so it allowed Joshua to just get on the inside, get a bit closer, and land that big right, and that's all she wrote. And it's good night, Robert Helenius, and it was a vicious knockout. It's probably it's a knockout of the year. It was a real heavy shot that Robert Helenius took, and glad to see Robert Helenius was okay, and thankful that he got up and he was okay. The doctors checked him over, but the elation and what come after from Joshua, you could just see the relief of he's carrying this heavy weight around on his shoulder with everyone saying that he needs a knockout. He's looking terrible, but it's all that was lifted when he landed that big shot against Robert Helenius. You could just see his emotion and what it meant, and I mean I didn't know this, but it has been 5 years since Joshua last got a knockout, so no wonder he celebrated the way he did. He should have probably checked to see if Robert was okay before he started celebrating, but I think in light of what's gone on over the last few months, the last 12 months and that, it just meant so much to him, and all that pressure was lifted, and and finally it's back to what Joshua does best, and that's knocking people out. So it's going to do him the world of good with his confidence, and he definitely needs some confidence, but moving forward now, he's got that confidence, he's got that knockout now, so he should be able to move forward. Some people are saying that he shouldn't really take on Deontay Wilder next. I'm sort of thinking the same. I'm not so sure. I think he should maybe think about having another fight, just one more fight with an half-decent boxer like before he maybe takes on Wilder, but whether that will happen is yet to be seen. I know Eddie Hearn said that the Wilder fight's more or less nearly over the line, and it looks like it's going to be January. The Saudis themselves was there last night to see Joshua as well. So, we'll have to wait and see. But, as I say, it looks like Joshua's improving. It's a bit silly, this, talking about Joshua's improving and he's a work in progress, because he's been a 2-time world champion, and he's been on the top. He's fought a lot of heavyweights over the last 7 or 8 years. And, I know he's changed trainers and all that, but, if he doesn't know what he's doing in the ring now, then there's no hope at the end of the day. Yes, I'm not saying don't listen to your trainers and stuff like that, because trainers can always sort of guide you, and they can sort of see things that you can't see. What, you know, when you're in a ring, you know, and I'm on the outside, they can see things that you can't see, so they can advise you during the fight on what the best plan of attack is. That's great, but Joshua, to me, sometimes does seem to rely too much on his trainers, and he asks too many questions. Like, when you look at the best boxers in the world, you know, like the Furies and the Usyks, they sort of know what they're doing. Yes, they'll take the trainer's advice, but a lot of the time they adapt and evolve into how the fight's progressing as they go along, and Joshua probably needs to just do a little bit of that. I'm not saying don't listen to the trainer, as I say, but what I am saying is just adapt and just go with what you feel's comfortable. Like, he's had enough boxing rounds now to sort of know really what he needs to be doing that makes him comfortable. So, you know, maybe that's for another day, that subject. But as I say, he's back on top. He's got another highlight knockout reel, and let's just see where he goes now moving forward. And as I say, it was a good fight, good knockout. You know, it was a good card, to be fair. Ricky Hatton did well. Johnny Fisher did well. Chisora, I think it's time to hang up the gloves. He definitely needs to probably retire, really. He's way too slow, telegraphing his shots. So, and I love Chisora, but I want to see him hang up his gloves now. But as I say, his best friend Joshua, it was a good night. And I'm sure he'll be back in the gym training and looking forward to Deontay Wilder. So let's hope to get that one over the line, guys. Please drop your comments below, subscribe and share. And I'll catch you all on the next video when we'll be ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving. Ciao for now.